Hey there, Digital Ramblers. Chris Gamble here from the Digital Ramble, joined as always by my co-host in Texas, but not in Houston, JJ Cannon.
Yeah, not today, Gamble. Today I'm in Austin, Texas. Super stoked. I'm actually at a summit. We're at the Smart Energy Summit here in Austin, Texas. Super excited, man.
Yeah, we've just been doing a Name the Artist in the backdrop behind JJ. So if you're listening to the podcast, you have to go on YouTube or our Facebook channel and go check out the backdrop. JJ's got the who's who of musical talent of American rock. I've lost count. I've got about 3 or 4 of them. There's maybe more than that. But you're in Austin.
Yeah.
Why are you in Austin?
All right. So Digital Ramblers, I came to visit with Parks Associates at their Smart Energy Summit. It's their 2020 year summit, and they have all different types of manufacturers as well as energy providers to tell us about what's in the future and what we can expect. So super excited to be here.
Yeah, so this is given us a break in the top 5 season we've been doing, and that will continue after this, but we thought there was a great opportunity to intersect some energy chat to our podcast and YouTube and Facebook show. JJ is at this summit. It's got the great and the good of the energy sector in Texas and wider area visiting. So we thought we would shoot the breeze, go through some of the manufacturers and have a discussion about how energy is a big role in our industry in smart home.
Yeah, absolutely. And friends that are new to the show, thank you for joining us. I'm JJ Cannon, CEO of Digital Delight down in Houston, Texas, where we create experiences through technologies for homeowners and small businesses.
And I'm Chris Gamble over here in the UK. My business, Customized, based in Norwich, provides smart home services for our clients with a very budget-friendly viewpoint on smart home installation.
Hey, if you want to ask us a question, you can always send us an email at digitalrambleshow@gmail. But more exact and quicker, just drop us a DM or send us a message in a social media program such as Instagram or on Facebook or something like that. We'll get right back to you. We get a lot of engagement. Man, last week we got just a ton of engagement.
Yeah, definitely. Go check out last week's episode, Top 5 Media Streamers. Great view count, great listens on podcast as well. So that was a good episode. If you want to find out what was our favorite media streamer. And if you want to support the show, you can become a patron of it. You can go to patreon.com/Digital Ramble. Search for us, find us. For $1 a month, you can be a direct influence in the show and help this light bulb burning here, this smart light bulb in front of me.
All right, Gamble, let's get into this. Hit the button, Mike.
Let's go.
All right, Parks and Associates. Who is Parks and Associates? And I'm throwing an and in there, and there's really not an and in there. It's Parks Associates, and they're an internationally recognized market research and consulting company that specializes in emerging consumer technology products and services. Elizabeth Parks, she's president of Parks and Associates, and she said, while adoption of some products is still low, Gamble, consumers are more aware of connected products like smart light bulbs, smart water heaters, pool pumps, and their potential to save energy and reduce energy expenses.
Yeah, I'm well aware of Parks Associates. I've seen their name around for many, many years in this industry, and they provide such valuable intel into the adoption of devices and the adoption of technology and the lack of adoption. You know, they highlight opportunities to target. They highlight devices that are trending and popular, and they can divide it into regions and time zones and types of devices. They're so diligent in tracking the usage and adoption of smart home. It's a vital tool for my business to monitor these things. So I really appreciate what Parks Associates do. I know it's very US centric, but we do glean the information off of these reports. And their Smart Energy Summit shows the diversity of their business, that they're not just in the IoT smart home sector, like JJ and I are in. This is a company that's tailoring their services to so many in this technology sector that we're all in.
Gamble, one of the companies that's going to be there is Flow. And Flow is one of North America's largest electric charging companies. Super excited to hear about these guys because they're wanting to put charging stations all over the country, not only in commercial uses, but in homes. I remember when I was a kid, Gamble, I had this buddy of mine. His name is Bobby. And Bobby's dad somehow got a gas tank and put it in the ground. And like once a week, the gas company would come by and fill that thing up, and he had free gas. Like Bobby's job was like the gas attendant. He's going to fill up his mom's Cadillac. You had to have a Cadillac to have a gas station at your house, right? But just thinking about how cool that was, and to have a product like Flow in your garage, and every night you just charge whatever electric vehicle that you have, because it works with all different types of electrical vehicles, and you just charge it overnight and you just hop in and you're ready to roll.
Yeah, just from the brief look at Flow, I noticed that they're delivering a faster charging at home option, which is needed, because for a while I've seen people in the UK charge their vehicle at home, but it takes a long time and they might not even get to 100%. But they're doing the fast charging here, and that's just going to improve the infrastructure. Because that's where it's lacking. The vehicles are coming. The vehicles are awesome. They look great. The style, the tech, and all the eco credentials they've got. But the infrastructure to charge the vehicles is a worry for people, and it's maybe slow in adoption. So companies like Flow, it's great to see them offering that in-home charging option, and I'm sure they also provide it for businesses and communal spaces as well, so that people can travel in confidence and leave the home with that full charge now, with hundreds of miles potentially for these electric vehicles. You can go a long way now on one full charge.
The cool thing about it is that you can use 110 outlets, so you don't need anything special ran to your garage or wherever this thing is going to be going to. The other thing that I like about this, Gamble, is that if this thing can keep me out of a convenience store, from getting a sleeve of powdered donuts or Coca-Cola, man, it's really going to do wonders for my physique, I tell you.
There you go. Green and slim.
Slim and green.
Yeah. Now, just going back on Parks Associates, they've been around a very long time, and they're almost famous for their projections and their predictions for our market. And I was just looking on a recent projection they made, and it's 2023, they estimate that annual US sales, and I'm reading this off the sheet, annual US sales of smart plugs will reach 5.7 million devices, with annual sales, every year, $188 million on just smart plugs.
That is just amazing to even comprehend, Gamble. I mean, honestly, this is a device that I think everybody can use in their home. I know, just talking with you over the past, sometimes it might be a challenge trying to get the youngsters off of their gaming systems, and it'd be cool to just hit a smart plug or set a schedule for your smart plug to turn off that outlet.
Yeah, and I see one of our friends from way back, our CEDIA coverage. We've got Adam Justice from Connect Sense. They're going to be there, and I know you've got one of their smart plugs. You use it regularly with your tech. You're going to swing by and see Adam?
Yeah, I'm going to go say hi to Adam and see how things are going. They actually have a new product out, Gamble. So the device that I have is actually a surface mount smart plug that plugs into your pre-existing electrical outlet. But they now have these new smart plugs that actually replace the plug, so it's actually in wall and looks very, normal to what we're accustomed to. And it has this really cool app. I love the app, Gamble, because it allows you to manage how much juice said device is being used, and you can label it. So you can say, hey, this top outlet is my refrigerator's plugged into the top outlet, my toaster's plugged into the bottom outlet. Of course, that's not quite set up correctly there, but you get the idea. You can label it. You can manage down to, what is it, 1% or less than 1% of accuracy of how much juice is being used. It's kind of nerdy.
I think I think that's going to be a huge factor in the future when you're starting to make decisions. How much energy is my refrigerator using? Is it time to change it? Maybe I should monitor it for a period just to see, is it the biggest sinner in the home? Is it the tumble dryer? Is it the dishwasher? I don't know. But appliances are heavyweight consumers of energy. And if you can start to really make judgment calls on times of day to use them or length of time you're using them, I think it makes a lot of sense to have. And this is not a plug-in, plug into the existing socket. And I think it should be standard going forward that your outlets should be smart and connect up to an ecosystem or some kind of infrastructure, Wi-Fi or whatever, Bluetooth even. And you're walking into a home pre-wired and installed with smart outlets. I think that's not far away.
Gamble, this will be an aha moment for people in our, in this, for the homes, our consumers. So here's an aha. For example, a lot of cable boxes or satellite boxes, for some reason, they like getting caught up and frozen for some reason. And that's usually our biggest service calls that we receive is like my cable box. I can see the picture, but I can't hear the audio, or I can hear the audio, but I can't see this picture. And it's as simple as unplugging and plugging it back in. The problem is sometimes it's all wire managed real nice and neat. Where does the power, which of these in my surge protector is it that's plugged in? Or sometimes it might be in one of those nasty looking, oh my gosh, I hope you don't have one of these racks, and you just don't know which of the outlets you need to unplug. But you can plug your cable box into one of these, open your app and say, power cycle that cable box, and all is good and rosy. You just saved yourself a little bit of time and money.
Look, I've been using those in installations for many years now. Our go-to brand has been these TP-Link smart plugs, Casa plugs, or whatever they call them. We register it for the client. We label the devices Skybox 1. It's always a Skybox. Skybox 1, Skybox 2, Skybox 3. And I don't have remote access. I just say if your Skybox goes on the blink, you get that blue screen of death almost. Just go to the app, power cycle it, reach for your Logitech remote and you'll, turn the activity back on. It'll turn the box back on for you. But just to power cycle it, physically remove the power and reapply power. It's an inexpensive way to do remote management or not having the customer climbing into that closet to try and trace a cable that you wish you'd labeled but you didn't, but that kind of scenario. If you can reset stuff from your sofa and you don't even have to call me. For all I know, that it's happened 100 times and they've never had to phone me. The other way I've done it is I schedule a power reboot once a week. Skybox 1. Midnight, goes off, comes back on at 1 minute past midnight, or 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., whatever it is. Nobody knows. But I know once a week that box is getting a refresh of power.
Love it. I think it's a great device. And, obviously millions of people also find some unique ways to do this, maybe a fan or something at the bed or something like that. But, another one that's going to be there, Gamble, is going to be this smart thermostat, but this thermostat is more for like your baseboards.
Yeah, an electric thermostat. So for electric heating, your baseboard heating, your in-floor heating. Yeah. Canadian company MISA smart thermostat. New one for me. I've not seen this brand. I like the product. Very simple.
Super slick.
Yeah. Nice, easy to understand interface. Looks very straightforward. Good pricing, $139 Canadian dollars or $219 for the in-floor version. Works with Google, works with your Amazon voice assistant, works with Apple HomeKit. So immediately I'm getting excited when I see that logo. If this then that and smart things and all the other superstars of smart home, it's working with that. I just see this as another option, and I hope you get time to just go by, have a look at this. I think it's
geofencing.
New
Geofencing. I love this, Gamble. And over on your side, and of course north of us, I'm down in the south. So heating our floors is not big for us necessarily, except maybe one day or one afternoon a year. is all that we need to do heating for. But I see a huge need for this in the rest of the world, that has colder climates. And y'all are always talking about heated floors.
Mm. It's very popular in the UK, and that's always attached to a zonal system. You might have a dozen zones of underfloor heating in your property, and this does zoning, scheduling, and to tie in with the summit, it does energy charting. So you get that report, what rooms have been using the most heat, which I think is great. If you can know that a room is being heated up when it's not being used, or it's been overheated, or maybe a room is not being used enough. And this chart will give you a heads up on what the status is with your monthly consumption of energy associated with your heating, because heating accounts for a huge percentage. Your heating and hot water is a huge percentage of your energy household bills.
Gamble, Hope, she's always telling me how cold she is all the time. I just see, if we lived in a cooler climate, this is something that would make Mama happy for sure. Just making sure that those floors are nice and toasty, or using those electric baseboard heaters, is a must. So I like this product. I'm going to go by and visit with them.
There's nothing nicer than an ensuite bathroom with warm underfloor heating. You step out of the shower, the tub, and you're onto this lovely warm floor. Yeah, it's nice, but you just know you're just burning £10 notes. You just know you are, but it's nice.
It's nice. I tell you what, that sounds like a must-have. What about this other one, Gamble, that I'm going to go try to find? It's a Stratus IoT. That one sounds super cool. This is definitely a commercial application product for hotels.
Yeah, I've seen this brand pop up on my LinkedIn feed. I think there's some presence in the UK as well. But just talk about statistics. Stratus is a platform for managing a building's automation. It's installed in 325,000 units already in the US and Japan. Interestingly, it's maybe has origins there. I don't know. But this is a platform for multi-dwelling units, multiple apartments, maybe like a hotel, maybe student accommodation or housing, where you've got to manage hundreds of thermostats, hundreds of door locks, hundreds of internet connected devices, and to give you, the building owner, the manager, the facilities manager, that viewpoint of the current status of doors, heating, flood, water, moisture, humidity, all those things. I love tools for the wider picture. It's all your favorite connected devices, but where somebody ultimately owns the whole building, it's giving them the big brother viewpoint without being sinister. It's giving them the wider view of what's happening in their building, their asset.
Yeah, absolutely, Gamble. I mean, and so they have, it's two stages. So they have like a homeowners or a property renters app, and then they also have a property managers app. So once they turn it over and they're leasing that property, then management does not have access necessarily to that property. So there is some encryption, there is some privacy, there is privacy associated with this product. But just to think, if you have 500 plus units that you're trying to manage, and I think it also does door locks as well, Gamble. But you can manage the access and the climate of units that aren't being leased in from a remote location. And so if your owner of that property is in another state or another country, you could actually monitor the usage of that property.
Yeah, I do like that the homeowner, maybe not the homeowner, but the person renting or leasing the space is getting probably a simple to use, consistent interface. So from a management point of view, you know what every person in all your units is being faced with. You're not deciphering what app are you using and what device are you using. You know exactly what's in each unit, and you've given them a standard. And that is a key word from their website. I picked it up. They're trying to create a standard, and I admire that. People going for it with the connected home and buildings, that there's trying to create a standard.
I have my space all smarted out, Gamble, and I love being able to manage and then use voice control to come in and control lights or control my climate. I find it to be a huge benefit to the way that we live, and I think other people are going to continue to gravitate and see the necessity of using technologies like we're implementing on a regular basis for our homeowners and as well as business owners.
Yeah, so I know we said we weren't doing top fives, but as it's turned out, we've highlighted five
Let's see, one,
exhibitors.
two, three, four. Well, and
Oh,
also Parks Associates too.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
picked out five must-sees. JJ's going to go and check out these exhibitors at the event. He's going to be there doing some networking. I know there's lots of other people we could have mentioned. I know the guys from CEDIA are going to be there. A close colleague of yours is there, and many other energy and connected home big names are going to be there. So check out JJ's coverage. I'm sure he'll shoot a few short videos whilst he's there, and I'm looking forward to this kind of show. I think I'd like to see more of this. Have you got a cannon fire for us this week?
Yeah, buddy, I got some cannon fire. You ready to fire some guns?
Is it musical? Because you got
No, it's not musical. There. It's not musical. It is. Well, let's fire some guns here. All right. Today's topic, Gamble, is something that we've been talking about. If you don't know, hire a home tech pro. And I cannot emphasize that enough. When I posted something in LinkedIn, I guess about a week and a half ago about products. It was actually an article by Parks Associates about returns and IoT devices. And also this past couple of weeks, I've been seeing in a couple of different Facebook groups about people just complaining they're trying to do it themselves. They buy these products on the box that says, hey, DIY, I should be able to do this myself. And in reality, Gamble, if the world is perfect and all the stars are aligned, they should be able to take it out of that box and put it on the wall or plug it in, open the app and Shazam, do it themselves. Absolutely. But as far as you and I both know, being out in the real world, being home technology professionals that are in these clients' homes on a regular, we know that there is no such thing as a perfect DIY. And the reason is because there's more factors than just the device itself. And something that we have stressed here on the Digital Ramble is the need for a network, a Wi-Fi infrastructure that's reliable. That's the basis of everything that IoT is built on, as well as DIY. And a lot of homeowners don't understand how to set that up correctly. There's a variety of different settings, and that need to happen in order to have success for other devices. And so, for those that are discouraged with a product, I want to let you know that most likely it's not the product. Most likely it's how the foundation of that network might have been set up. And I want to encourage you that if you don't know what you're doing, don't get discouraged by that device. Don't think it's the device's problem. Hire a home technology professional, somebody that is trained and has some understanding in networks. The other thing is that I'm seeing in these groups is that people are saying, hey, I've called tech support before I made this purchase. And when I got this purchase, I hooked it up and it's not doing what I told them I wanted to do. Do you know how hard it is trying to take somebody's translation and providing a suggested product? You have to have boots on the ground. You got to get somebody in that house to really understand, to be able to design something that is for you, because every house is different. There is nothing that is uniform about anybody's network, house layout, needs. It's all different. So I highly encourage you, if you don't know, find yourself a home tech pro. That's my cannon fire for this week.
Yeah, can't agree more with you. I just see the mistakes people are making, and it could all be alleviated by hiring the pro. And I say it to my inquiries we get every day. They say, "What's the first step?" I say, "I'm going to come and see you." or we're going to have a telephone call, or we're going to have a Skype call. We've got to speak to you, and if you do that, you'll get a very informed decision and reasoning behind the product or the service or the cable that you need. So yeah, find that pro. There's one in every town, city, country. They're all over the globe.
Yeah, and if not, hit us up down there in the DMs or message us, and we know people all over the world, that could very well help you out with any question that you might have. Yeah, well, that was a good episode, brother.
Yeah, and you need to get to this summit. I'm really excited about what you're going to discover there. Like I say, I looked through the exhibitor list. I'm going to see if there's something in the UK that I can go to. Maybe in the next few weeks, I've got one earmarked that I think we'll do an exchange. I'll go to the show and you can be in the studio. So yeah, go enjoy it, JJ, and tune in next week for another top 5. We'll be back on track with that with smart TVs. Yeah. We're expecting a big reaction to this one because it's the favorite product in every home.
Yeah, absolutely. Smart TVs, that's pretty much where everybody starts, whenever they start getting into this thing is with that smart TV. I think I hear the music in the background. There it is. There it is. Hey, friends, thank you for joining us again. And please don't forget, like, share, subscribe, drop some comments down below. Engage with us. Let us know, did you enjoy this episode? What else would you like us to talk about? We want to hear from you. Yeah, man.
Every month, the Digital Ramble will receive a regular source of income from supporters who've pledged through Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, having your ongoing support means we spend less time thinking about business and more time creating quality content for you.
Customized, based in Norfolk, England, are proud sponsors of the Digital Ramble. Check out our all set-up services. It's smart home installation with ease. Customize.uk.com.
If you're looking to make your basic home smart, check out digitaldelight.com/shop, where they have a variety of different smart home technology solutions that help make smart home shopping easy for you. Check out digitaldelight.com/shop.